It's a corporate tax cut. That's the bulk of this plan, Kevin. Some people will see higher taxes, period.
Yeah, unequivocally, and I think they've even mentioned that repeatedly, and they're sticking on script, especially when it comes to the small and medium-sized businesses. And you can see that when he was mentioning it in your clip. And one of the things that I thought was fascinating about the interview yesterday is he said we need this corporate tax cut to also increase wage pressures, because then companies will start spending more money, they'll need more people, they'll buy property, plant, equipment, you name it. They're going to go out there and spend the money, and that's going to help boost the economy past that 3% GDP level that they've gotten for 2 quarters in a row. So I think that's the narrative they're going to stick on, and then they're going to try to address later. That's what happened in 81. You could see it happening then again in 86 when they were redoing that. And I think Orrin Hatch's situation is a great situation, and on the dividend side. So dividends are double tax. So companies pay taxes and then they give it back to you, and then you pay taxes on those dividends you receive. So this is a great thing that I think he's addressing, which is the retirement crisis that we're having in America, because the average baby boomer is turning 65 next year.
So do you agree that he should be making moves on 401ks? I mean,
yes.
If Dagan were here, she would go nuts about this. She thinks this is going to create a market disruption.
No, it's not. So what he's doing is he's increasing the limit from $8,000 in addition to the $16,000 that people over the age 50 can already do, from $8,000 to $9,000. But the problem is that he's changing it. They are still going to have to pay taxes on that and it's going to be a Roth. It's going to be a Roth contribution. So whatever they gain is going to be tax-free.
So this is a positive development.
This is a very positive development.
Well, short-term positive, right?
Yeah.
Long-term, aren't people better off having pre-tax dollars earning returns?
No. I think it's better that they're not going to be taxed on the earnings that they're going to be getting. So whatever they make, say they take $10,000 and turn it into $30,000, they're not going to pay taxes on that $-20,000 gains they have.
At a lower tax rate when they retire. I would argue that I'd rather take my money now.
No, Roth gains are tax-free. You've already paid taxes on them. That's what he's making you do. He's making you pay taxes on them up front, so you don't have to pay taxes on them on the back end. So you will not have to pay taxes on those gains.
Okay.
Unless a new Congress loses their minds.
Your thoughts on this plan?
So I think it's really sticking it on the state level to states like New York. I completely agree with Gary Cohn. The business tax cut, I think, will boost the economy. Yeah. I think it will help small businesses. But
it is on the back of high tax states.
Yeah, and you mentioned it with Steve Mnuchin in your interview, that people living in New York are really going to get it stuck to them because they're going to have to pay state tax. They can't get a deduction on that. And that's really going to impact people in states like New York and California, how it turns out.
Well, those that pay taxes in New York. Right. There's a lot of people that don't pay, that don't meet certain thresholds in New York that don't pay. So
this really is going to put pressure on the blue states to try and figure out what they're going to be, what they're going to do about it, because you're going to see more and more people leaving New York or not paying taxes, as you're saying.
Exactly,
and I think that it's really important, and I think it's not a bad thing that they're forcing those states to reconsider their plans.
It's why Don Peebles is saying he's going to see an exodus of people out of New York going to low-tax states.